If there's one thing Game of Thrones taught us, it's that in Westeros, brains can cut deeper than Valyrian steel. Sure, dragons and armies help, but the real survivors, they're the ones plotting 3 steps ahead while everyone else is swinging swords. Today, we're counting down the top 10 smartest characters from the show and George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire books. I'll break down their clever moves, highlight differences between the page and the screen, and keep it straightforward so you can follow along without getting lost in the weeds. These picks are based on how they manipulate politics, outthink enemies, and turn bad situations to their advantage. Let's jump right in with number 10. Number 10, Samwell Tarly. You might think of Sam as the chubby, bookish guy from the Night's Watch who gets picked on, but that's exactly why his smarts shine. In the show, Sam figures out how to kill White Walkers with dragonglass early on, which saves everyone's hides during the long night. He digs through dusty Citadel tomes to cure Jorah Mormont's grayscale when no one else can, and he's the one who uncovers Jon Snow's true Targaryen heritage by piecing together old records. It's not flashy, but his research skills basically arm the good guys against the undead apocalypse. In the books, Sam's even more of a scholar. He gets sent to the Citadel sooner and uncovers ancient secrets about the others that the Meisters have ignored for centuries. The show streamlines his arc, making him a bit more heroic in battles, but the books emphasize his fear and how he overcomes it through pure intellect, like when he survives beyond the wall by outsmarting whites with fire and knowledge. What sets Sam apart is his emotional intelligence, too. He knows when to listen, when to advise Jon without ego, and he turns his so-called weakness into the realm's secret weapon. Without him, the North would have been toast way earlier. Moving up to number 9. Margaery Tyrell. This Highgarden Rose isn't just pretty. She's a social chess master who wins hearts to win power. In the show, Margaery charms her way through 3 kings, Renly, Joffrey, and Tommen, turning public opinion in her favor by handing out food to the poor in King's Landing, which keeps the mob on her side during tough times. She outmaneuvers Cersei by playing the pious wife, even faking devotion to the faith militant to get out of jail. Her grandma Olenna teaches her the ropes, but Margaery's the one executing the plays, like spotting Joffrey's cruelty early and pivoting to Tommen. In the books, she's similar but more subtle. Martin shows her kindness as a calculated tool, like befriending Sansa to plot against the Lannisters and claim the North. The show amps up her sex appeal and confidence, while the books keep her motives ambiguous, hinting she might be more innocent or just that good at hiding schemes. Either way, Margaery's smarts are in empathy and PR. She reads people like open books, knows what they crave, affection for Tommen, approval for the masses, and delivers it to climb the ladder. Tragically, the Sept explosion cuts her short, but up to then, she's playing the game like a pro. At number 8, Daenerys Targaryen. The Mother of Dragons might seem more about fire and fury than pure brainpower, but don't sleep on her strategic mind. She conquers cities and builds empires with clever plays that leave her enemies in ashes. In the show, Dany's breakout moment is in Astapor, where she pretends not to understand Valyrian while bargaining for the Unsullied, then flips the script by commanding Drogon to roast the slaver Krasnys with a single Dracarys, freeing the army and turning them to her side without spilling her own blood. It's a masterstroke of deception and timing. She follows up in Yunkai by outflanking the Masters with a surprise attack, and in Meereen, she infiltrates through the sewers to spark an internal revolt. Later, she unites Dothraki hordes by burning their calls in their own temple, emerging unburnt to claim leadership. Talk about turning tradition against itself. Her break-the-wheel speech shows big-picture thinking, vowing to smash the old power structures instead of just joining them. In the books, Dany's even younger, starting at 13, which makes her smarts more impressive. She learns multiple languages on the fly, adapts to Dothraki culture to gain influence, and her Astapor ploy is more layered, with her secretly practicing Valyrian and calculating the risks down to the last detail. Martin portrays her as a quick learner who grapples with ruling's complexities, like balancing justice and mercy in Meereen, where she chains her dragons to protect her people, showing foresight even if it's painful. The show amps up her invincibility, like making her fireproof multiple times, while the books limit that to the dragon-hatching miracle, emphasizing her wits over magic. Dany's intelligence shines in adaptation. She's exiled and penniless, but builds a following through empathy, vision, and bold gambles, proving you don't need a throne to outthink kings. She edges into the list because her conquests blend heart and head, though her impulsiveness sometimes bites back. Number 7. Sansa Stark. Sansa's journey from dreamy girl to Queen of the North is a masterclass in learning the hard way. In the show, she survives Joffrey's abuse by playing the innocent, then escapes with Littlefinger, picking up his tricks before turning them against him in that epic trial scene where she exposes his lies. She outsmarts Ramsay Bolton by allying with Theon to flee, and later, she sees through Daenerys' facade, warning Jon about her ambitions. By the end, she's ruling an independent North because she knows when to trust and when to hold back. In the books, Sansa's arc is slower and more internal. She's still in the Vale as Elaine Stone, learning politics from Littlefinger without the show's dramatic confrontations yet. Martin dives deeper into her growth, showing how she analyzes conversations and manipulates subtly, like charming Harry the Heir. The show condenses this, making her tougher faster after the Ramsay marriage, which isn't in the books. Sansa's intelligence blooms from observation. She absorbs lessons from Cersei, Littlefinger, and even the Hound, turning pain into wisdom. She's not inventing wildfire, but her people-reading skills keep her alive in a den of wolves. Number 6. Cersei Lannister. Love her or hate her, Cersei's a survivor who turns paranoia into power. In the show, she blows up the Sept of Baelor with wildfire to wipe out the High Sparrow, Margaery, and half of her enemies in one go. That's cold, calculated genius. She manipulates Tommen, allies with Euron Greyjoy, and even pays off the Iron Bank to hire the Golden Company. Her walk of shame. She bounces back stronger, claiming the throne as the first queen regnant. In the books, Cersei's smarter in some ways but more unhinged. She schemes against Tyrion obsessively, appoints incompetent loyalists to the council, and her wildfire plot is hinted at but not executed yet. Martin shows her intelligence through flashbacks, like outwitting her father on marriages, but her alcoholism and prophecies make her sloppier than the show's poised version. Cersei's edge is her ruthlessness. She spots weaknesses, like the Faith's growing power, and strikes without mercy. It's flawed smarts. Her hate blinds her to allies, but in a world of backstabbers, she lasts longer than most by always assuming the worst. Number 5. Olenna Tyrell. The Queen of Thorns doesn't mince words, and that's part of her brilliance. In the show, she poisons Joffrey at his wedding to save Margaery from a monster, all while keeping her hands clean and pinning it on Tyrion. She allies with Daenerys later, advising her on conquest, and even in death, she confesses to Jaime with a smirk, twisting the knife one last time. Her sharp tongue disarms foes, like when she calls Tywin out on his hypocrisy. In the books, Olenna's the same sly operator. She grills Sansa for dirt on Joffrey, confirming he's a sadist before the murder. Martin adds layers, like her avoiding an unwanted betrothal in youth through wit, showing lifelong cunning. The show gives her more screen time for quips, but both versions highlight her as the Tyrell brain trust. Olenna's smarts are experience-based. She's outlived stronger men by playing the frail old lady card, then striking from the shadows. She's the grandma you don't cross. She turns whispers into weapons. Number 4. Tywin Lannister. The Lion of Casterly Rock rules through fear and strategy, not affection. In the show, he orchestrates the Red Wedding, wiping out Robb Stark without losing a single Lannister soldier. Talk about efficient. He crushes the reins in his youth, marries Cersei to Robert for power, and as Hand of the King, he stabilizes the realm after Joffrey's mess. Even his death on the Privy is ironic, but up to then, he's untouchable. In the books, Tywin's even more formidable. Martin details his early life, like sacking King's Landing during Robert's rebellion only after picking the winning side. He uses Walder Frey's ego for the Red Wedding and woos the Tyrells post-Renly. The show softens him a tad with scenes like fishing with Arya, but the books paint him as colder, with deeper family grudges. Tywin's intelligence is in legacy building. He sees power as family dominance, calculating every alliance like a balance sheet. He's the guy who wins wars in council rooms, not battlefields. Number 3. Varys. The spider weaves webs from whispers and no one's better at it. In the show, Varys builds a spy network of little birds that knows everything, from Ned Stark's fate to Daenerys' dragons. He switches sides seamlessly, from Robert to Tyrion to Daenerys, always claiming it's for the realm. He even arranges Tyrion's escape after Tywin's murder. His end comes from betting on Jon over Dany, but his info game is flawless. In the books, Varys is more enigmatic. He's possibly backing a hidden Targaryen, young Griff, who has been cut from the show, and his eunuch backstory adds motive for hating magic and tyrants. Martin hints at his disguises and deeper plots, like faking deaths. The show simplifies him as a good guy, but both show his smarts in information warfare. He stays ahead by knowing secrets others die for. Varys proves knowledge is power. He's lowborn, but outlasts kings by listening more than talking. Number 2, Petyr Baelish, aka Littlefinger. This guy's the ultimate schemer, turning chaos into his playground. In the show, he starts the whole mess by killing Jon Arryn and framing the Lannisters, sparking the War of the Five Kings. He climbs from small lord to Vale ruler by marrying and murdering Lysa Arryn, then grooms Sansa as his pawn. His chaos is a ladder speech nails it. He thrives on disorder, like selling Sansa to the Boltons for leverage. In the books, Littlefinger's financial wizardry shines. He bankrupts the crown as master of coin to create opportunities. Martin shows his humble origins more, rising through sheer manipulation without the show's dramatic flair. The books keep him alive longer, plotting in the Vale. Littlefinger's genius is in human nature. He preys on ambitions, like Nerd's honor or Lysa's jealousy, always 5 moves ahead. He's the snake in the grass you never see coming. And finally, number 1, Tyrion Lannister. The imp tops the list because his wit saves him time and again in a world that hates him. In the show, he defends King's Landing with wildfire at Blackwater Bay, talks his way out of trials like the eerie Sky Cell or his patricide charge, and advises Daenerys on conquest without needless slaughter. He even becomes hand to Bran, proving his strategic value. In the books, Tyrion is sharper and darker. He designs saddles for Bran, manipulates the clans in the Vale, and his exile to Essos involves more cunning deals, like with the Second Sons. Martin explores his empathy deeper, using it to read people, unlike the show's more heroic version where he makes dumb calls later. Tyrion's smarts mix book knowledge, sarcasm, and survival instinct. He's underestimated, so he turns insults into advantages, like bonding with Jon over being outcasts. In a series full of fools rushing in, Tyrion thinks, adapts, and wins, or at least lives to drink another day. There you have it, the top 10 brains of Westeros. I know you disagree with my list. Who are your picks for the smartest? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite shows and books. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.